Hello everybody and welcome to the NASCAR Cup Series Coke Zero Sugar 400 from Daytona International Speedway, the regular season finale. Ryan Blaney and William Byron start on the front row. Kevin Harvick and Daniel Suarez in row 2, Austin Cindric and Tyler Reddick in row 3, Kurt Busch and Chase Elliott row 4, Eric Jones and Ross Chastain row 5. So the pace car is going to make that left turn into pit road, and the field is a little bit further behind the pace car than you would expect. Is going to take the green flag under the control of Ryan Blaney and William Byron. We are now green at Daytona. Blaney and Byron get up to speed with the pack, and we're green at Daytona and a 160 lapper to decide the playoff field of 16, whether we have a 17th winner or not. See, the stages will be 50, 50, and 60. So stage 1 ends on lap 50, stage 2 on lap 100, and of course the final stage is going to be the last 60 laps of the race. So here we go. Blaney needs to win his way into the playoffs. Can he do it? And you got William Byron there in second, already has one win, one Atlanta race here. Harvick already has 4 wins, top of the board, most wins of anybody this year. Then you got Suarez back there, who won Indy Road Course a few weeks ago. So now as we go down the back stretch, we're heading to 3 and 4 here on lap 1. So far, so good. Into turn 3, Elliott, and around goes Tyler Reddick. He gets hit by Chase Elliott. The big one's underway. Cindric around, Suarez, Wallace, Jones, Hamlin, hard hits. The big one has struck on the first lap at Daytona. Unbelievable. Lap 1. Chase Elliott gives too aggressive a shove to the 8 of Tyler Reddick, and he turns him down the track right into the 45 and the 2, and the big one happens right behind him. Everyone just starts hitting each other, and the big one strikes big time. Bubba Wallace is crashed. Almirola, Buescher, Denny Hamlin's involved. Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Cole Custer. Reddick, of course, one of the guys fighting for his life to try to win his way in the playoffs. Same for Cindric. A lot of guys completely junked. And you see back there the 41 of Cole Custer going upside down, tumbling down the apron. The 31, some damage. LaJoy involved. The big ones, almost everyone's involved in this. BJ McLeod, all the back markers involved in this. Ty Dillon involved. See Kyle Busch there. Austin Dillon involved. Stenhouse, Hamrick, McLeod. David Reagan also goes slipping. Kyle Busch also flipping in the background. Noah Gragson collected. Landon Castle, a huge one here at Daytona to start this race. Jacques Villeneuve involved. Suarez taken out. Logano, Kaz Grala, Greg Biffle. As you see, it was just a bad push from Chase Elliott to Tyler Reddick, and he completely loses it and takes out the front, mid, and back part of the field here. The huge one at Daytona takes out pretty much everyone. As you see, all the cars flipping upside down. A vicious, huge one to start out the Coke Zero 400 here in Daytona, the regular season finale. Already, we are going to have a long list of DNFs from this. We are going to have a total of 19 cars out of this race from this wreck. We're only going to have 21 left in the race after this huge crash that takes out pretty much all of the contenders and more. All the back markers, too, had nowhere to go except Cody Ware. He makes it through. Suarez, Dillon, Almirola, Logano, Ty Dillon. Everyone's going to be out. As you see, it was just, as we get multiple angles here, it was just bad push from Chase Elliott to the 8 of Reddick, sends him right down into Kurt Busch and Cindric goes up into Suarez, and from there it's on as we go and see the slow-mo replay. Let's look at the amount of hits. Everyone just stacking up. Ross Chastain nowhere to go. He gets clobbered. Christopher Bell involved. Logano gets drilled by the 78. I see the cars rolling upside down. Nowhere to go for all involved, and just a chaotic start to this race. The top 3, though, get away unscathed. Byron, Blaney, Harvick are lucky. The 45 and the 8 survive. The 5, the 34 make it through. The 48, the 14, the 38, the 31, 21, 51, 20, 47. The 23 are all still going to be in the race, but we're going to have only 21 cars left after the big one on only the first lap here at Daytona. Unbelievable. As now we move on. We're already underway on this restart on lap 6. As this race continues, Blaney now clear out front. 17 and Buescher in second. As you see, 3 wide back here. McDowell, Larson, Bubba Wallace. Corey LaJoy also still in the race. So oh boy, Michael McDowell almost got hooked by Chase Briscoe right there. He saved it down the apron. So Blaney leading, but the pack is going to be Racing hard, fourth position, racing aggressively, as we've already seen with the big one on lap 1, has already just narrowed this field down to half what we started with. Todd Gilliland having a great run in second place, also trying to win his way into the playoffs as Blaney. There's Reddick right there in third. He somehow didn't sustain much damage from being the one who got turned around. Harvick in there looking for win number 5 on this season, which would put him far and away the leader. And then you have Michael McDowell up here trying to prevent any new winners to save his life, because he would be the driver that would be eliminated from the playoffs if we had a 17th different winner that was above him in points. So he's the one who's got to worry here. Then you got Briscoe also trying to win his way into the playoffs. William Byron trying to get some more playoff points. See in the background the 31 of Haley and the 23 of Wallace coming down pit road for more repairs that are being collected in the huge one. And Buescher also looking to win his way into the playoffs. Larson trying to go for his second victory. Keselowski back there also going for win number 2, and of course the 45 of Kurt Busch going for his first win this season. So now we have a battle for the lead. The 38 of Todd Gilliland is going to go underneath the 12 Ryan Blaney, and Todd Gilliland will now take the lead here at Daytona from Ryan Blaney, as he had a nice helpful big shove from the 4 of Kevin Harvick. As now we are side by side down the backstretch. Gilliland and Blaney. Harvick's going to take them 3 wide for the lead here at Daytona. Harvick, Gilliland, and Blaney. Who's it going to be? Byron and McDowell shoving Harvick ahead, and Harvick is clear. Blaney drops back into row 2, as this time by Kevin Harvick will lead this lap here at Daytona. So Harvick in the lead on lap 9 here at Daytona. Now on to lap 12 in this race. We got 3 wide, and Larson almost strikes Kurt Busch down the racetrack. They both trying to merge back on the track, and there goes Kurt Busch. Larson turns Kurt Busch. Bubba Wallace around. Tyler Reddick involved. Chris Buescher involved. Cars spinning everywhere in the infield, and the big one strikes again here at Daytona. 2 big wrecks in just 12 laps. Kurt Busch, watch out, almost gets drilled by the pack trying to avoid him. As you see, what happened here was that Larson hooked Kurt Busch down the racetrack, and then they both try to merge onto the track, and Kurt Busch gets hooked by Kyle Larson right into his teammate Bubba Wallace. Chris Buescher and Blaney hit Bubba, and Reddick takes a huge hit to the back of the 23. Reddick goes spinning and crashing as everyone's junked Kurt Busch, able to at least stay on the racetrack, but still heavy damage to all involved here, as once again aggressive pushing here in our already this chaotic regular season finale. Only 12 laps in here, they come on board the 45. See if he hit down the track, and now he tries to work up the track, and right there he gets turned Larson right in the Bubba, and here comes everyone. Boom, hit by Tyler Reddick right there. And he's able to keep it going as everyone else is spinning in the grass, including his teammate Bubba Wallace. So both 2311 cars involved in this crash. Bubba Wallace is going to get turned out of nowhere, spun on the track, and there's contact from Buescher and Blaney, and here comes Reddick right into his bumper. And they spin through the grass. Tyler Reddick would be out of the race from this incident. I believe Bubba Wallace is going to be out as well. But Kurt Busch and Blaney Larson will stay in the race. As you see here, Larson behind the 45 is going to turn him down the racetrack, and they're both going to try and merge with Reddick speed right here. No one go for everyone in front of him. Reddick tries to get a load up, hits the back of the 45, gets spun down the track, right into the bumper of the 23. Heavy hit right there for Tyler Reddick, and he spins into the inside wall. And that'll be the end of Tyler Reddick's day and the end of his season, as Tyler Reddick now, of course, with this incident, will miss the playoffs. Same for the 23 of Wallace, as they're both not going to win, so they'll go out of playoff contention, and we'll have to rely on next season, or try to get a win in the playoffs, maybe save their season. Of course, Chris Buescher damaged, but he'll be able to continue, as he only had a minor hit there from the 23 of Wallace in front of him. And actually, and then he was able to save it, just go through the grass, kept it going in the right direction, and get back on track. But the 8 of Tyler Reddick was the unfortunate one. He was the one who got damaged the worst of the group. As now we're going to get another look here at this second big crash in just the first 12 laps in slow-mo. You see the 45 right there. Larson turns him, but they managed to hold on there. So impressive that they saved it right there. But they all try to come back on the track, and of course there's no room. Larson and Blaney get into each other, and they hook the 45 right up into Bubba Wallace. And at that point, the wreck's already on. And at this point, you're just trying to avoid it. Let's see, the 12 hits the 23 right down into the 17. The 8 right hard into the bumper of the Wallace. And Reddick goes for a long slide before he collides into the inside safer barrier here at Daytona, marking the end of his season, which he almost brought back to the playoffs, but this wreck ended any chance of that. Now we're going to go full speed Last replay here, the full speed of Big One V2 here at Daytona. So the impact of that hard hit from Tyler Reddick. And somehow everyone avoids Kurt Busch without clobbering him, and they avoid Chris Buescher as well. So we avoid 2 wrecks after the wreck, and William Byron will be scores leader at the line. Now on to lap 17, just a couple laps later. It is Chase Briscoe and William Byron fighting for the lead. McDowell and Gilliland behind them. We focus on Harvick and Larson battling for position. As seems everyone around them driving very aggressively, as we have seen is the tone of this race here at Daytona. Everyone driving aggressive out of their minds. So the 14 and the 24 battling up front as we monitor everyone else to see if we're going to have Big 1 V3. The 20 almost hooked the 17 right there. Very close. So Chase Briscoe prevailing up front as your race leader, trying to be that 17th different winner. So he's ahead of McDowell and Byron. Gilliland in third. Harvick trying to go through into fourth. The 48 of Bowman back there going 3-4 wide for position. But Chase Briscoe, your leader here at Daytona on lap 19. I move on to lap 40. 11 to go in the stage, and the 48 of Bowman gets hooked to the wall by Stenhouse, and we're crashing again. Bowman around, Larson some contact, and Blaney involved as well, but Bowman manages to spin without any other contact from any vehicles after getting hit by Stenhouse and Kyle Larson. But this would be the end of Bowman's day. See right there, he got hooked by Stenhouse in the wall, spins Larson down into Blaney. Bowman gets hit by Justin Haley and Cody Ware there at the end of the incident, and the 48 will be out of the race after having a pretty solid run for staying alive with the damage he sustained in the first Big One. And now Big One V3, he tries to clear himself, gets hooked by Stenhouse down into his teammate Larson, who gets spun right into the side of Ryan Blaney, and 31 hits him trying to avoid, and Bowman gets spun right down to Cody Ware. But luckily not more cars were involved. But Bowman out of the race by getting turned by Ricky Stenhouse down the back straightaway, and we were under caution once again. For the third time in this stage, third time for incident. You see on board 48, just gets hooked, boom, right there. It's funny, he's got nowhere to go now. He just has to take the hits. Now we're going to go on board with the 5 of Kyle Larson. See his POV in this incident. As you see here in front of the 48, gets hooked by the 47 right there, and he's got nowhere to reach at the 48, but Blaney saves Larson from spinning down the racetrack. That does, of course, damage both of them. And on board for 12 of Ryan Blaney for his view of this incident. As he hooked 5 right out into him with the damage, but they're both able to continue, pretty much maintain position. As the top 3, though, or the top 5 or so, yeah, the top 5 escaped this just fine. They were cruising ahead, and right there, boom, then this happened. Had nowhere to go. Anyone here. Bowman out of the race from a wreck on lap 40. And as we check to be who will be your leader coming to the line, it's going to be the 14 of Chase Briscoe and 24 of Byron side by side to the line. And it will be Briscoe scores leader on the restart. And now we move on to the last lap of stage 1 here at Daytona. Caution has already been called. They're racing back to the line. Briscoe, Harvick, and Byron 3 wide for the stage win. All of them want those 10 stage points and bonus playoff point. Gilliland right there in 4th. Corey LaJoie is a lap down, but he's in this lead pack. And as they race to the line side by side, it's going to be Chase Briscoe edging out William Byron to win stage 1. Then you have Harvick 3rd, Todd Gilliland 4th, McDowell 5th, Larson 6th, Stenhouse 7th, Blaney 8th, Harrison Burton 9th, and Almirola runs out your top 10. Now here we are on lap 58 here, beginning of stage 2. We're focusing on this 3-wide battle as the front row cars lead. Mid-pack, Larson, Almirola, Harvick, and Almirola's going to get hooked, and we're crashing again. Almirola, Harvick, LaJoie, Larson, big hits for the 4 of them, and we are once again having another big crash here at Daytona, our 4th one so far, and we're not even halfway through the race yet. As you see here, Almirola gets hooked. And you see the hard hits dealt by Almirola, LaJoie, Harvick, and Larson here, as Eric Almirola got turned by his own teammate Kevin Harvick down the racetrack right into LaJoie, who had nowhere to go, who got sent right up into Kyle Larson. Stenhouse has some damage, but he managed to escape that just fine, as well as the 31 of Haley and the 45 of Kurt Busch. After this incident, that would be the end of the day for LaJoie, and I believe Almirola as well. Maybe Larson, the 10 started LaJoie, and right into Kyle Larson. Nowhere to go. Hard hits for the 7 and the 5. The 4 manages to really avoid any substantial damage. The 10 also takes a hard hit, backing into the outside wall. So we get another look at this in the replay. We go on board with the 10 of Eric Almirola. He has nowhere to go. He gets spun right down into the bumper of LaJoie, sends him hard into Kyle Larson. 10 spins into the wall down the racetrack, and a bunch of cars are destroyed in the big one. See on board Kyle Larson, he just didn't see it coming. He's got completely wiped out from behind by LaJoie. But now we go on board the 4 of Kevin Harvick. Harvick pretty decent at avoiding this. He hit the wall, but was able to avoid any substantial damage, and Harvick would continue on racing. Now you go on board the 7 of Corey LaJoie. So he gets hooked right there into Kyle Larson. The 10, he spins hard into the outside wall, and then down the racetrack and out. Now we're going to go to the overhead helicopter view here with Almirola. So you say nowhere to go. Hard hits all around for these guys. So once again, our 4th big pileup of the day here in Daytona. We have barely any cars left in this race at this point. We're going to have this race boil down to maybe 4 or 5 competitive cars. Not many, but so many have been wrecked out here in these massive pileups. As right now, Byron, Briscoe, Gilliland 3 wide for the lead. McDowell right back there in 4th as they race to the line to see who will be the leader on the restart. And I think Chase Briscoe has the advantage for the moment. And as they come through the line, Chase Briscoe will be your leader. Byron 2nd, Gilliland 3rd, McDowell 4th. As now we cut on the last lap of stage 2. Byron in the lead. Briscoe and Gilliland fight for 2nd, and Harvick back in 4th. Now Gilliland side by side with Byron for the lead, both fighting for that stage win and all crucial playoff point. Down the backstretch, they have a big gap, 8 seconds back to the next pack, all the way back in 6th, or no, 5th, which is led by the 34 McDowell. As Byron now clear for the lead as they go through 3 and 4. Briscoe and Gilliland side by side trying to get position as we toss to yellow to signal the end of the stage. They race back to the line. As they come to the trial oval, it's going to be William Byron getting redemption for stage 1. As this time Byron wins stage 2, Briscoe 2nd, Gilliland 3rd, Harvick 4th. Then we're going to see the 34 Michael McDowell now coming through to take 5th in stage 2. Stenhouse 6th, Blaney 7th. Then Kurt Busch 8th, Harrison Burton 9th, and Chris Buescher rounds out your top 10. And now we're on to the final lap. Last lap of the race, the regular season finale. Briscoe battling Kevin Harvick and Michael McDowell for the win. Chris Buescher is a lap down. I believe Michael McDowell is as well. It's basically Briscoe versus Harvick. Harvick's not going to do much here. He has 4 wins, and he's going to let his teammate, the 14 Chase Briscoe, pull away through turn 4 and coming to the tri-oval. Chase Briscoe is going to go from out of the playoffs to in as he wins his first career NASCAR Cup Series race at Daytona. And he is now into the playoffs. He led 70 laps, won stage 1, and is our 17th different winner this season. And he gets into the playoffs because he is higher in the points than most winners. And the lowest winner in points that will be knocked out of the playoffs is the 34 Michael McDowell, who is going to finish in 5th place, 1 lap down. After a valiant effort to try to stay in the playoffs, McDowell just did not have enough regular season points, so he's now out of the playoffs. As we will see the standings very shortly. As you see, we only had 13 cars finish the race. And here are the standings. As you see, Harvick has 4 wins, Elliott 3 wins, Kyle Busch as Briscoe slots into 7th on the playoff leaderboard. As you see, McDowell misses it by 119 points to Brad Keselowski for the last winner in the playoffs, and everyone else, of course, had to win. They did not, so they're out of the playoffs. Now we view the playoff grid heading into the round of 16. Chase Elliott is going to enter as the number 1 seed, because Chase Elliott is your regular season champion, which means 15 bonus playoff points to his total. And Chase Elliott is now 28 points above the cut line entering this round. Harvick plus 16, Briscoe and Truex plus 11, Bowman and Kyle Busch plus 10, Logano plus 8, Jones plus 8, Hamlin plus 2, Almirola and Byron plus 1. Chastain tied the cut line with Austin Dillon, Kyle Larson, Daniel Suarez, and Brad Keselowski. Until next episode, I hope you all have a good one.